Hey my dudes, my name is Cecilia and I run a bakery called Bageriet Lördag. Let's go through some of my most frequently asked questions. First of all, what is Bageriet Lördag? So it's a tiny 1 day a week pop-up bakery that I run from my apartment here in Stockholm, Sweden. Bageriet Lördag translates into the Saturday bakery in Swedish, and that's because it's only open on Saturdays. I sell pastry boxes, and while the menu does change week from week, I always have 4 pastries and each box is always 250 Swedish crowns. The pastries are a mix of Swedish and American flavors, and there's almost always going to be a mini cake, a bun, a cookie, and then something kind of random in the box, like brownies or gifflar. Orders open Tuesdays at noon, and technically they're supposed to close the next day, Wednesday, also at noon, unless I sell out beforehand, and I have been selling out pretty consistently, so if you want a box, set an alarm for Tuesday, 12 o'clock, noon, to get your hands on a box. You order by going to the link I post in my stories and then filling out the order form and paying. Everything is prepaid. You pay via Stripe when you complete the order form. You can't just rock up on Saturday and buy a box with cash or Swish. I don't do any of that. The pickup spot can change week to week, but it's always going to be in Stockholm. It's always going to be central, like inom Fortuna. And every time you order, you will get a confirmation email. And in that confirmation email, it will give you all the details on how to pick up and when and everything you need to know. Unfortunately, I can't do any sort of box customization. It is a set menu. That is all I have the bandwidth for. And unfortunately, that also means that this is not an allergy-friendly bakery. I work with gluten, dairy, eggs, nuts. This is a really small kitchen, so substitutions are also not possible, and there is a big risk for cross-contamination. I always list that week's allergens on the order form, as well as the full menu, so you can check if you can or can't order that week. I don't take any custom cake or catering orders right now, but I might in the future. You can always email me and I'll see if there's room in the schedule. The best way to stay updated is by following Bageriet Lördag on Instagram, but you can also find updates on all my other social media channels. That includes my own personal Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Substack. If you have any more questions or comments, write them down below in the comment section and I will answer them the best that I can. Happy Saturday!